to carry water in, this jar does not last long, and actually quickly falls to pieces and melts away. In its unbaked condition, this jar actually soon comes to an end on the ground. Likewise, although any bodhisattva obtains all these qualities enumerated above, from faith to a persistent aspiration for enlightenment, as one does not take hold of perfection of wisdom and skill in means, one is bound to come to a bad fall in the middle of a bad road. In other words, one falls on this level of a disciple or Pratyekabuddha. But, as one which carries water from a river, or lake, or pond, or well, or any water-bearing place in a well-baked jar, a jar such as this, with the water, gets safely and uninjured to the house simply due to the well-baked condition of this jar. Just so, any bodhisattva which develops not only these qualities enumerated above, but which in addition takes hold of perfection of wisdom and skill in means, does not in the middle of a bad road incur a fall, and, unhurt and uninjured, stands in all knowledge. A person who is exercising little intelligence launches into the water a seafaring vessel which was not caulked or repaired, and had been tied to its moorings for a long time, overloads it with goods, and climbs on board, and sets out on it. This ship is doomed to collapse before it has conveyed the goods across the water. When this ship bursts asunder, this merchant, exercising little intelligence, who is unskilled in means, loses a huge fortune, a great source of wealth. Just so a bodhisattva with all the qualities enumerated above, but lacks perfection of wisdom and skill in means, without realizing the wealth of all knowledge, collapses midway, incurs a fall. This bodhisattva loses a great deal of wealth, and has also lost a great deal of wealth for others, having lost all knowledge, which is a huge fortune and a great source of wealth, not to mention the collapse in the middle of the bad road, resulting in realization unto the level of disciple or Pratyekabuddha. An intelligent merchant, on the other hand, constructs a solid ship and launches it with proper care into the water, loads it with goods and distributes these evenly, and with a favorable wind this vessel gradually sails to the country which is the goal of this voyage. This ship does not collapse in the water, it goes to as it is meant to go, and the merchant will win great wealth in the shape of world-like jewels. Likewise, as any bodhisattva of peerless faith, and these other qualities enumerated above, in addition is taken hold of by perfect wisdom through her perfection and does not lack skill in means, one such as this does not collapse in the middle of a bad road, does not incur a fall, and stands fully enlightened like unto suchness. It is a fact as a bodhisattva with peerless faith, and the other qualities enumerated above, in addition, develops these dharmas as is taken hold of by perfect wisdom through her perfection, and does not lack skill in means, these do not hasten obscure thought realizing the level of a disciple or Pratyekabuddha. On the contrary, these dharmas face all knowledge, as such these set out for this, as these dissolve any obscurations to realization of full enlightenment. As any person is aged, even advanced in years, physically weakened, say 120 years old, and as one falls ill in one's body, could one rise from one's bed without being taken hold of by others? Subhuti, no, Lord. The Lord, and as one such as this does rise from one's bed, this one has not the strength to walk even for half a mile. Wasted away by both old age and illness, this one does not walk about for any length of time, even as this one may be able to rise from this bed. Likewise, as any bodhisattva as having developed all these qualities enumerated above, does not oneself come to be magnetized by perfect wisdom through her perfection, and lacks skill in means, although set out for full enlightenment, one such as this nevertheless collapses in the middle of a road, and incurs a fall, as this one produces subtle obscurities and now realizes the level of disciple or Pratyekabuddha. This is an unavoidable consequence of the fact of not bringing oneself to a point of being magnetized by perfect wisdom through her perfection, and is lacking skill in means. So, here now, as two strong beings take hold of this old and sick being, and carefully lift this one up, and promise this one may go wherever this one wishes, and as far as this one wishes, as these are assisting this one, and one does not fall along this way to the place one is headed to. In this same way, a bodhisattva of peerless faith, etc., and which is assisted by perfect wisdom and her perfection, and endowed with skill in means, does not collapse in the middle of a road, does not incur a fall, and is able to reach this station, i.e. the station of full enlightenment. End chapter 14.